Hello YouTube, this is Shadow Ninja Kieran here, and today I am playing Battlefield 3. This makes a huge change for me because I have been playing Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 2, and it seems every year the game gets worse, so I have finally decided to leave that series and pick up Battlefield as a replacement. I can hardly call it a replacement, seeing as this game far outshines Call of Duty in aspects such as teamwork, level up system, longevity, and general fun. The Battlefield company doesn't have to release a game every year because the amount of effort and time they put into their games keeps gamers hooked for longer, whereas Call of Duty is a never-ending cycle of seeing the trailer for the game that looks as if it's had more effort put into it than the actual game itself, and then you enjoy the game for like the first month or two, and then you start to notice holes and flaws in the gameplay, and you get bored. And then guess what? A new COD comes out and the cycle starts again. Another thing I loved about this game is the aspect of teamwork shown throughout the game, right down to the point from where you spawn from. I'm often in heated Xbox Live parties with my Battlefield friends, and we're all playfully shouting at the last guy in our squad to stay alive so we can all assault the objective. Or the moment when a random sniper bullet cuts me down, I think it's over, and then a loyal teammate with his defibrillator revives me, and I'm back into the heat of the action. It's moments like these that really make me appreciate Battlefield for the game it is. Sorry about that, guys, I accidentally cancelled the recording right there. But anyway, as I was saying, Battlefield 3 is a lot fairer game. MW3 they try and make the game too friendly towards new players by bringing in things such as death streaks and support package. I find it ridiculous that players get awarded for dying and players get to continue their kill streaks after death. The game claims to call it support package, but support streaks such as stealth bombers aren't really supporting anyone but the user. Battlefield 3, on the other hand, offers ways for the players who aren't a crack shot to get a good score for themselves and generally help the team. In one game I had the least kills on the team, but still managed to be the most valuable player. There are only a few things that annoy me in Battlefield 3, but the biggest thing that annoys me is the aerial vehicles. If any of you have flied the jets and stuff, they're not too tricky to fly, but there's always like enemy gunners on jets or something who can always dogfight you, whatever. Mixing up my words. No matter how many evasive maneuvers I do, they always seem to be right behind me in the perfect angle to do a kill shot on me, and I always die. And another annoying thing is there's no tutorials for flying jets, so it's like trial and error, and I have wasted so many jets, and I feel bad sometimes for my team when I just take off and I don't know what to do, and it happens a lot because there's no tutorials, and the only way you're going to get to learn how to fly is actually by flying. Even assists in Battlefield are more accurate because you get the exact amount of points you deserve from killing an enemy. Like, I put a guy down to 2% health and my teammate killed him, and if that was COD I would have been thinking, oh my gosh, because you only get like 50 XP for an assist where you get 100 for a kill no matter how much damage you did to the guy. But in Battlefield I got 98 points for the assist because that's how much damage I dealt to the target, which is a lot fairer than COD. And there's so many ways to rack up points in Battlefield, such as supplying a teammate with ammo, reviving them, and also just being there for them to spawn on you. But in COD you only get a good level of score from killing enemies. Another great thing about Battlefield is the guns are much more realistic. You actually have to do short control bursts with your shots to hit an enemy at longer ranges. Whereas in COD you can do fully automatic shots with a submachine gun from across the map, like at sniper ranges, and still manage to kill the enemies, which I find pretty ridiculous because it just takes out the realism from the game, and it makes me just think, what's the point in assault rifles, because they're supposed to be accurate long range guns, if submachine guns can do exactly what they do at long ranges. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was Modern Warfare. Haven't they been using the same engine since like Modern Warfare 1, whereas in Battlefield they're using the Frostbite engine now, which is just pretty awesome. But the the Modern Warfare 1 engine, I don't even know what engine that is, but it's so old and outdated and the graphics look so old, whereas in Battlefield, they're improving so over and over again. I may eventually get Black Ops 2, but the majority of my future content is going to be Halo 4, which I'm super excited for because it's going to be coming out in 8 days. Depending on the reviews, I may get Black Ops 2, but I'm still only going to get it probably for zombies. Another great thing about Battlefield, the game can never annoy me too much, and there's just so many ways for you to approach the battlefield, whereas in C.O.D, there's two sides of the map. They're pretty small maps, and then you just spawn on either side, charge in and battle. That's the main thing people like about C.O.D, because the gameplay is fast, frenetic, frantic, and it can be fun at times but like, you put down the controller for 30 seconds to go use the toilet, you come back and the game's practically over because the maps are so small. It's so easy to just spawn trap the whole entire map. Whereas in Battlefield, they give you the kits, they give you the objective, but you choose which side of the battlefield you want to jump in from. There can be snipers up there, assault troops rolling in down there. It's all part of the team. And whereas C.O.D, the team aspect, there is no team aspect. The only sort of team aspect they have in that game is, oh, he's down, hold down X to revive. That's it, really. There's no other sort of teamwork involved in that game. Wow, 6 minutes in and I'm already running out of things to say. Anyway, another great thing about Battlefield is I was playing it earlier on Nosha Kanal's Team Deathmatch. That's a really fun map. It's a bit like a small Call of Duty map, but Battlefield style, which is really fun to do some close quarters gameplay on Battlefield. Because when you put the fast and frantic in Battlefield, it's a lot more fun than Call of Duty fast and frantic. And the thing about Nosha Kanal's, I went to do it on Rush and I was like, this map's so ridiculously small, how am I going to do Rush on it? But it's actually a lot bigger than I realised at first. And the awesome thing about it is, they can just scale down the map, and it actually becomes something really awesome to play on. Like, so you can have two maps in one, really, which is pretty unique and nifty and a cool thing. And there's so much detail in the map, right down to the very blades of grass on the ground. And it just really makes me appreciate the game for what it is. Another great thing about this game, there's never like, oh no, this tank's too tough, we're never going to be able to defeat it. Because when the enemies are coming towards you, there's stuff like what I was just on now. I'm not sure exactly what it's called. It's those turret things, and you sit there and you fire it. There's like those. There's loads of things in case you're not an engineer and you don't have an RPG. There's loads of different ways to take out your enemies. There's one path for the tanks to come down, and there's lots of different paths for you to shoot them from, which makes it not too hard because you're like 3 times more likely to die if you're in a vehicle. But vehicles are so much fun, so it kind of balances out the play. It's not too hard, but it's not too easy at the same time. Another good thing about Battlefield is it's a much more relaxed game to Call of Duty. You can take it slow, whereas in Call of Duty it's like, get that flag now! But one thing I really love about Battlefield is going in a buggy with my friend and just speeding down the battlefield, flying past tanks, helicopters, jets, everything. It's just so much fun to just take the game. You can really relax and just have fun in the game. It's nowhere near as serious as C.O.D, because there's just so many people who take C.O.D too seriously. And then but the thing about C.O.D, if you don't take it seriously, your team's gonna lose. It's like kills are everything. Whereas in Battlefield, you don't need a team full of really ultra good guys to win a game. Because a lot of the really good players, they won't go for objectives. They'll just try to kill you a lot. So if you focus on the objective, you can really just win games. One of the things that amazed me about the Battlefield series is Rush game mode. How your first time you may play a game and you won't see the whole of the map because you might lose pretty early on, but the next time you play you just see how the map unfolds as you push the enemy back, which is really enjoyable. How you just you just see the map unfold, new vehicles come to your team, and you can really turn the tide of battle in Rush. It's really an enjoyable game mode, unique compared to Call of Duty. Battlefield 3 has a lot less game modes, whereas Call of Duty, they just grab every bit of a game and they just mix it all up to make loads of game modes like Sabotage, Search and Destroy, Headquarters, HQ. Well, yeah, Headquarters is HQ, but there's just so many things they do that just make the game boring, whereas Battlefield 3 is simple and it's actually quite good. I am probably finished doing this commentary now. I hope you have enjoyed the majority of it, and I'm probably just going to leave this gameplay up. I think it was quite a good gameplay. I'm using the A91. There's not too many guns I find too overpowering on this game, but if I had to pick out one, I would say it's the A91. The fire rate, the accuracy, the damage, it's all what you need, but it's not too much. You can still get beaten by one of the guns that are unlocked earlier on in the game. Whereas in C.O.D, it's the ACR and the MP7, just those two guns, and they're indestructible. Really, you can't beat a guy with an ACR with a G360. It just doesn't work. The thing about Infinity Ward, they know how to buff a gun, but they don't know how to debuff a gun. They never know when a gun is too strong. Even when they do debuff, it still seems overpowered. I just think sometimes I prefer a fair game over a game where it's just two guns that rule the whole game. I hope you have enjoyed this gameplay. This is Shadow Ninja Kieran saying goodbye. Like, comment, subscribe.
Tank spotted, over. The enemy has set the charge.